about music has always been really special to me. I love the challenge of music. It's something that you strive for, that you never actually attain. Like, it's perfection that you're striving for, that you get as close as a human can get to perfection. And there's moments when it gives you a feeling that like nothing else in this world.
For sounds or noise to become music, I think there needs to be some recognizable pattern or plan that the listener can kind of put together. If it's random and all that, or just part of the whole environment that just kind of happens, it's not really music.
And that's that human perception and human organization. For example, there, especially with like the DJ scene now, artists are taking samples of everyday sounds and manipulating them into a rhythmic pattern and then using that as backgrounds for dance beats. And so it could be a garbage truck doing the repetitive lifting of garbage cans and dumping into the truck and then back and forth and doing it again, a very machine-like pattern that becomes of like a rave scene hit.
So if there's no context, then it sounds like noise. So what takes something from noise to be considered music is organization, whether it's organization of time, putting it to a beat, putting it to measured music, but also how it's shaped and into tones. So certain tones we like more than others. There's certain pitches that we like. For example, the distance between one note and a note above it, called a fifth, creates a structure, and it's really pleasing to the ear. And it goes back to an old mathematician named Pythagoras, who was able to find different proportions and found that wavelengths and things, and when you divided a string a certain way, created these musical division of a string that made things sound, it was really aesthetically pleasing to the ear.
I think anytime you perceive something to be music, it is music. Sitting in my chair, am I playing a music instrument? No? Kind of jamming in my own little world. I'm sorry, were you asking me something? I think good musicians have the ability to communicate with each other, whether you're a cellist or a flautist or a percussionist or a singer. I think good musicians have that commonality of being able to look at music or perform music and really share the same emotions or contribute to each other's, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but not intuition, but interpretation, I guess is the word. So that skill of being able to communicate non-verbally with each other. Yeah.
There's just that unknowing, there's like the unspoken joy that you get out of really good performance, really good performance, right? So if you're somebody who, no matter what kind of music you're into, like reaching that highest level of performance is something we all strive for. So it doesn't matter if you're into hip hop or if you're into classical music, finding that like creative moment where you went, wow, that's just an amazing, makes you feel really special, but also just the collaboration of putting stuff together. I think all musicians love that, being able to just be with each other and speaking through music.
From the moment that you get up to the moment that you go to sleep, whether you want to admit it or not, music is part of what you do.
It might have been Napoleon who said that of all the arts, music is the one that we should be always supporting. And this is somebody who obviously was really invested in wars and different parts of history, but he said that the legislators should be making sure that everyone had access to music, because he found music to be just really vital.
That form of communication to put things into your head. I mean, when was the last time you heard a commercial jingle and couldn't get it out? That's not by accident, right?
You find peace in just something that really is pleasing to your ear. So whether it's listening to the Beatles, listening to Kanye West, listening to whatever, but there's something that makes you feel, calming or inspiring. That's what music can do.
It gives people an opportunity to relate to other humans in a non-verbal form. You know, if you're feeling sad, you can look and find music to you that you really relate to, and it helps. Misery loves company, and if you're in a sad mood and you're feeling sad, I think it's really helpful to find music that, again, that represents how you're feeling. It kind of makes you feel like you're less alone in those feelings. Or at the same time, if you're celebrating something and you've got some great celebratory music, it just kind of heightens the emotions of how you're feeling. I think music can really be a reflection of what's in your soul at any given moment.
I guess it depends. I mean, if all of a sudden music were stopped and we knew about music, I think it would be a big loss. I think people would definitely miss it. But if we were born to the world and never experienced music, I don't think we would miss it. But it is interesting because there are only a few species of life that really make music. I mean, birds make music, whales and dolphins kind of have their form of music, and then human beings. And they're also, music is often a way of communicating also. So back to the other species that sing and make sounds, use it as a form of communication. So, but I think a world without music would be definitely very different, and knowing the context of music, I think it would be very boring. I don't think the human race could ever do that. It just couldn't happen.
Can't imagine it.
You can't imagine that.
Well, have you seen videos of young kids when they first, like they might have some sort of illness where they can't hear, and they put those implants in their ear? Have you ever seen that? And the first time they turn it on and they can finally hear something, and the sounds, I mean, that's what I think about music. I couldn't imagine not going through a day without any music. Something that kind of makes our life. I mean, our music, music that you listen to on a daily basis, it helps you connect with where you are right now, right here, right now. Your music connects with your time, and so when you look back at when you're married, when you're a mother, and you listen to that music again, you look at it back, and it's a great way to look back and remember your history as a younger person.
용서해줄게.